It's
Mosasaurus.
Okay. It wasn't that bad. We actually do have a little bit to talk about, but only a little. Hello everyone and welcome to week 13, unlucky week 13 of weekly news updates for Jurassic World Evolution 2. We have the
Mosasaurus
Species Field guide, some cute dinosaur animations, permanent scars, guest protests, and map sizes. So stay tuned, and while you enjoy the intro, hop on down and hit subscribe to get all the Jurassic World Evolution 2 info you need in compact videos every Saturday. First, the Species Field Guide, which was a little underwhelming considering it showed nothing of the Mosasaurus that we hadn't already seen before. The information on the forum was quite meager as well. Mosasaurus aren't generally very social and much prefer their own company, so you won't have to worry about making sure there's more than one of them per habitat. Interestingly, in a lot of promotional screenshots, we do see multiple Mosasaurs in close proximity to one another, sharing a lagoon, so while it is stated that they prefer to be on their own, there have to be ways around that to make that work. Obviously. As expected, the Mosasaurus needs plenty of space to swim around in. They were thought to have hunted as close to the surface of the water as possible, so they would essentially eat whatever they could sink their teeth into. Is this a clue towards them breaching to grab dinosaurs or guests that come too close to the edge of the lagoon? Maybe? Or maybe it's just another random fact that they like to throw in, like the Dimorphodon eating insects, but then confirming that we will definitely not get insect feeders. They just thought it was a fun fact. Mosasaurs in your parks will be able to enjoy a piscivorous diet. They can be aggressive though, so keep that in mind when thinking about whether or not they will share a lagoon. And that is all she wrote on the Mosasaurus. For the rest of the video, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Aereo203 ITA Italia, because they've been very active messaging me on Discord with everything they found. If you ever find Jurassic World Evolution 2 news in the wild and you want to share that with me, I invite you to join my network of spies. If you join the Evolution Square Discord, the link is in the description box, then you can message me on Discord without needing to send a friend request first. Because in the EVO Discord, we're all friends. So feel free to send me screenshots of things you find, and if it's newsworthy, I'll include it in these videos and give you credit, of course. Now on to the things that Aereo brought to my attention. First and foremost, an adorable, happy little Struthiomimus animation, which has apparently done the rounds on Reddit. It does this happy little kick, like it's so excited and it just can't hide it, and I absolutely love that. It reminds me a lot of rabbits when they're so excited. They also do this little weird hop, like they lose all control over their motor function, and it's hilarious and adorable, and I want to see more of that in life and in my games. I really hope that this is an animation that we only get to see if the animal is super content. Next up, something Aereo found in the gameplay of a really big YouTuber that I have never heard of, but over 4 million subscribers, so I'm guessing a lot of you guys have heard from him, and you don't need me to embarrass myself by butchering the pronunciation of this. But during their gameplay in the developer build, this YouTuber was alerted of guest protests.
It looks like we did it. Let me double check. Ooh, guest protest sabotage. That's not good. Looks like these guys are still happy. What's going on with the guest protest? We got protesters in here. Where they at? I mean, to be honest, I feel like I kind of deserve it because we straight, you know, suffocated, famished that poor dinosaur.
This is very reminiscent of Planet Zoo, where guests are very vocal if they see lacking animal welfare, and you actually see those guests rally around an exhibit with signs and they chant, and well, it's quite annoying, frankly. However, in Jurassic World Evolution 2, it seems like this is only a notification. Like so many things in this game, it seems that the concept of guest protests only exists in the most abstract sense of a notification, and perhaps a hit to our rating and other negative results in the data only. It doesn't seem to have a visual, real-world representation, because we don't see guests actually protesting. Maybe this YouTuber cut it out, although I don't see why he would, since he literally went looking for them, so clearly he wanted to see the protest for himself and then likely would have wanted to show that to his viewers as well. I think it's a case of it's just the notification and some things getting messed up in the management system as a result. I don't think we're actually going to see people rally and protest. And that looks to be a recurring phenomenon. Think of the guest management and the 4 different types of guests. That only exists in the data in the management screen. The guests that we can see are still the same as we see them in the first game. Another example of that are scars. Ariel pointed out from watching the Gaming Beavers playthrough that dinosaurs have a statistic for scars. As you know, if you've watched any YouTuber do this playthrough, the Allosaurus is injured and needs surgery. Even after being healed, the Allosaurus still has 1 scar according to its information screen. This creates certain expectations, namely the expectations of permanent scars visible on the dinosaur's skin, something that makes it look unique from the others. That very much does not seem to be the case, because the Allosaurus that we see has multiple visible wounds on its body. If all of these would leave a scar, it would have a handful of scars, not just the one that is noted in its information tab. It looks like the permanent scar is just a statistic. The visual wounds will likely all fade away, just like what happens in the current game. So it's a very cheeky way of giving into the player request for permanent scars. I've seen this pop up several times. People really like the idea of wounds leaving scars. At the moment though, it looks like they gave into that, but, big but, only in the most lukewarm, abstract way possible, to give the dinosaurs a scars statistic. Of course, I can't officially rule out entirely that the dinosaurs won't have scars. We'd have to get up close and personal with a fully healed one to check if any scars are left, but the discrepancy between the 1 scar statistic and the multiple visible wounds makes it pretty clear that the relationship between the two is strenuous at best. The final thing to address are the map sizes. It is a hot button topic for this game because it was one of the main gripes people had with the first game. We all want bigger maps, and Frontier has already confirmed that the maps will be bigger than they were in Jurassic World Evolution 1. Someone posted this screenshot on Reddit. I'm guessing they got this from one of the YouTubers who got early access, but they didn't say who it was from, so I can't give proper credit to that YouTuber. But the screenshot shows the map from the challenge mode mission, and it's very similar to what we are used to seeing. Indeed, it is a little bit of an arbitrarily designed map shape with these narrow connection points like Tacanho and Penna. That being said, I disagree with this Redditor's conclusion that we are being ignored. For starters, it's just 1 map. For all we know, this is the smallest map that we're going to get. 1 map is not representative, especially since Frontier literally said that the maps would be bigger so we can build our dream parks. Second point is that it is a challenge mode map. As we know, challenge mode levels will have different constraints, like limiting the total number of available species or deactivating building upgrades. Map size could be one of those constraints, just like what was the point of Penna. I think having 1 or even a couple smaller maps really isn't a big deal. See what I did there? I kind of like that challenge, as long as we also have several big maps that we can use for the basis of our sandbox parks when we get to that. So the news here is that, yes, maps do still have these weird borders. They aren't square like they are in Planet Zoo or Prehistoric Kingdom, and at least one of them will pose design and building challenges by reintroducing these narrow connection points. But we haven't seen any of the other maps yet. I'm not worried yet. But let me know what you think of the map shapes and sizes in a comment down below so we can keep the discussion going. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and I thank you for your service. And if you want to see more Jurassic World Evolution 2 content, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, enjoy the anticipation.